Hey everybody. So yesterday I put on my Facebook page that tax is going to be one of your highest costs over your entire lifetime. And I wanted to show you a little way about how I saved a lot of money on taxes, and you can save just yourself probably $2,000 to $3,000 every year if you just do this trick. First of all, I wanted to get a shout out to my buddy Nick Reedhead. He posted a video in our page which is called Thinking Business, and I wanted to say, hey, good job, and keep up the good work, man. So a lot of us are employees right now. We have a day-to-day job where we work for somebody else. I was the same way. So I had an employee job where I made about $75,000. And what usually happens with those type of jobs is you get about 25% of it taking out for taxes. You got your federal taxes, your state taxes, Social Security, and Medicare. Okay, so a lot of this money is the money that you can get back. So when people are like, hey, I got a tax return of $7,000 back, that means that you paid the government somewhere around $7,000 or more, and they're giving that money back to you for whatever reason. Now, should you get a lot of money back? The best way would be that you don't get much money back at all. That means the government's not sitting with your money all year long. So you don't want to get a lot of money back. But let me tell you a trick about how business owners don't give the government a lot of their money. They write a lot of it off. So as I told you guys the other day, I made a good chunk of change roping one year. I made about $94,000. And so that money was sent directly to me as a 1099. So at the end of the year, they expected me to pay about 25%, maybe even a little bit more in taxes. I called my tax person. His name is Richard Lowry. Him and Kelly, they have K&R Tax, and they do a phenomenal job. And they really helped me out. And they said, what you need to do is you need to start an LLC for your team roping company. And so instead of me getting taxed on $94,000, my company took the hit on that money. So let's move to right here. So now instead of me taking all the $94,000, that money became revenue for my company. And now as it being revenue, I could write off a lot of the stuff. So a lot of you might know you can write off, vehicle, fuel, cell phone bills, even house bill if you use it as an office. So instead of paying taxes on $94,000, I paid myself a paycheck as an employee of my own company. I paid myself $9,000, and then I paid 25% of $9,000, which is about $2,300. So I made $94,000, and I paid $2,300 in taxes. I called my buddy that I won the team roping with, and I said, hey, dude, how did it go? How much did you end up paying in taxes? And he's like, oh, I did great. I paid about $15,000. And I didn't say anything to him because I felt bad. I didn't want to rub it in his face, but I didn't even hardly pay any taxes. So what's even better is because I worked as an employee, I paid about $18,000. Under my business, though, I bought a new Suburban, so I was able to write off even more of that money. I showed the government that I had lost money in that business because I wrote so much of the stuff off. And so instead of me paying $2,300 plus $1,800, I showed that I had lost money, and I ended up getting a tax return of about $10,000. Now some of you might say, oh, that's ripping off the government. Well, the government's very smart, and they have these economists that work for them and say, how do we make more money? And in my biology studies, I learned that the biggest feeder on the prairie, it wasn't the elephant or the wildebeest, it was the rabbit. It was the little guy with lots and lots of mouths, tons and tons of rabbits. So the government doesn't say, let's go tax the biggest guy. It says, let's tax all the millions and millions of little guys, all the guys that work for the big guys. So the government lets the big guys get all these tax breaks, and the little guys pay all the money into the government. And that's just the way that it works, because there's a lot more little guys compared to the big guys. And so if you want to save a little bit of money on your taxes, start up an LLC. If you have a little company, like maybe some of the ladies out there have Shopify or Etsy accounts. Some of the guys, maybe you're doing a side business on marketing, landscaping, whatever it is, start an LLC, write off that money into that company, and then it'll save you over here on your employee taxes. Usually you'll get, $2,000 or $3,000 extra just because of that business. A lot of times even more than that. The other thing, take your TurboTax, get it, break it in half, throw it in the trash can. Go pay a tax guy $300-400 to do your taxes, because he's going to get you $5,000 or $6,000 more at the end of the year. call Kelly and Richard down there at K&R Tax. It's not a plug, or call someone else, but that's who I use, and they taught me all this stuff, and it helped me save a lot of money. So thanks, guys. Like our page. It's not a page, it's just a group. Come to it. There's a lot of stuff going on. If you have similar experiences, make a video, share it with us so we can learn from you as well. Thanks.